everyone, and welcome back to another She Budgets YouTube video. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sarah and I love all things budgeting, planning and personal finance. So in today's video, we're going to do part 2 of setting up your budget planner, and we are going to be looking at the sinking funds overview page and the expense categories overview page. So let's get started. All right, so let's start with the sinking funds overview page. If you're not sure what sinking funds are, I've got lots of information on my Instagram and Facebook page if you want to check it out. But just quickly, they are short-term savings goals that you put a certain amount of money into each pay period to save up for something. So I'll go through what we are going to be saving for our sinking funds for next year. And then that might give you an idea of what you would like to save for and how much you need to save for. What our sinking funds are, we sort of have 3 different categories. The first one is ones that don't have a start date, but they have a goal amount and they just sort of continue every year. They don't stop these ones. We just put this amount into them each pay. So first one is boy's birthday. So every pay, we get paid weekly, so we put into our sinking funds weekly, but if you get paid fortnightly or monthly, you could put them in fortnightly or monthly. So the goal amount for our boys' birthdays, they're both in June, July, so close together, is $1,000, so $500 each for their birthdays. The due date we want those are usually May 24th, so just before their birthday, so I can start getting organized, and the amount per pay is $20. So we just put, and there's no start date. They just continue to go every week. So $20 every week to save for those. Next we have Christmas. Goal amount is $2,000. We want that by November 24. And we just put in $40 every week into Christmas. Next we have holiday. So we really value holidays, so we always make sure we try and save for those. So next year, the goal amount is for $10,000 for Fiji. We want that by May 24. And we're going to put $200 in. Of course, $200 we're not going to be able to save 10 grand by May. So we will have to maybe use some long service leave to also do that. Next, we have our car rego. So that is for both of our registrations for our cars is $1,400 for the year. We want them by June. We save $25 each week, and that doesn't have a start date. It just continues every year. And then the last one is union fees for Colin. He needs to have pay these. They are $1,000. We want that by September 24, and we put in $20. No start date. That just continues every year too. All right, so that's our first type of sinking funds. The next sinking funds we have don't have due dates. They they don't have due dates. They don't have start dates. We just sort of pay them as well throughout. So we have gifts. We try and save around $2,000 a year, but I'll have to sit down and work out. I sort of sit down and work out who do I need to pay for, any other miscellaneous gifts. It has no due date. We put in $40 a week into that just continuously. Medical, the same, $2,000. So that's for any appointments, no due date, and that's $40. Next, we have car service. We aim to save around, I think it's $3,900 for the year. So that's for things like tyres, services, parts, all that. And that is $75 we put into that a week. It sounds so much money, but we have been, in the past, we've been surprised, we've had a service or we've had to get new tyres and we've had to take it out of like our emergency fund and that's not what it's there for. So I've bumped it up to $75 a week. Next we have house. So just anything we need for around the house, $1,500 a year. No due date or start date for this one, and we put in $30 a week into that. These amounts also can change depending on, like, some weeks Cohen might not work, it might have been a rain day, or so his pay is not as much. So I do alter these and change them if I need to. Family fun. So that's for things if we want to, go to a zoo for the weekend, or go and get, ice cream from the shop after dinner one night. That's what that includes. So $1,000 a year, no due date, $20 in there each week. Next, we have events. So if we ever have a wedding coming up, or a hen's day, or anything like that, that we need money for, so $500 a year for that, $10 a week goes in there. Last one for this one is clothing. So this doesn't include, this is just literally like jocks and socks for Cohen and I. The boys get their own sort of splurge money for that. So that's just for this. So we just literally, it's $250 a year, and Cohen and I get splurge money each week. So we buy our own clothes with that splurge money. So that is done. Then last sort of different sinking funds we have are ones that have a start date. So these are ones that we only save for a short amount of time. It could be 10 weeks. We only save for that one. So for example, Valentine's Day, we want $200 for that. We want it by Feb 24. We need to save $20 a week into that, and we're going to start saving for that on the 8th of December this year. So these ones all have a start date of when we need to start saving $20. Once we get our $200, we stop saving for it until the following year. So same with Easter, $200. We want that by March 24. We're going to put $20 into that one, and we're going to start that one on the 19th of Jan. Our sport registrations, Colin and I both, we play netball and football, and we need to pay our registrations and like our insurance for that. So that I think will be about $500. We'll need that by March. We will put $40 into that, and we will start on the 29th of December for that one. Next, we have Mother's Day. So gifts for all our mums. $250 we budget for that. We want it by May 2024. We are going to put in $20 into that one, and we'll start on the 9th of Feb. And then lastly, Father's Day. $250 as well. We want it by August 24. $20, and we'll start the 31st of May. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a question below and I'll answer it. But yeah, so, and then I tick these once we've like started saving for them, or we've hit our goal amount. So that is how I use this sinking funds page. You can use it differently if you'd like, but that's just how I do it. So let's move on to the next page. All right, so this is our expense categories pages, and this comes in handy when you are doing I'll just get to a page, you're tracking your expenses in the monthly section. So here on your expense tracker page, you have this category section here. So to know what's in each category, I've created an expense categories page. So yeah, you know exactly what groceries includes, or what health includes, utilities, etc. So these are our categories. We have, 4, 8, 12. We have 14 categories that we use. You only might use 8. You might need the whole amount. So we have groceries, eating out, car, the boys, house, health, utilities, insurance, membership, subscriptions, debt, saving, splurge, investing, and unbudgeted. So I'll go through with you what is included in those expenses. So for groceries, we have anything that we buy at a supermarket. That even includes our household items that we buy at a supermarket. And it includes anything we buy at we buy our bread from Baker's Delight, so anything from a bakery as well. And that's pretty much it for that one. Next, we have eating out. So that includes takeaway that we get. If we go to a restaurant or a cafe, and yeah, anything like that as well. Car, that's petrol. And then we have, if we get our car washed, a car wash. Parking, that also includes. So yeah, that's it for car. I know there's services and tyres, but we include that in our sinking funds, which we do separately. Next, we have the boys. So that includes any clothes, toys, really anything they need, any sports or extracurricular activities they do, their haircuts, etc. So all that stuff for the boys, that's included in that one. House, we have like any tools or like landscaping things that we need, like plants or and just really any household items like new towels, tea towels, candles, I don't know, all that stuff that we don't buy from a supermarket comes under that. Next, we have health. So that's just any appointments that we might have or medications that we need. Utilities, so that includes our water bill, gas, electricity, rates, phone bills, and internet. Next, we have insurance. So we have our car insurance, our house insurance, and we have a caravan, so we have caravan insurance. Membership subscriptions, these are gym. I think we have Spotify, and we have Amazon Prime. Debt, we just have our mortgage. Savings, so that includes our sinking funds. In the book, there are challenges, savings challenges, so that includes that for us. And if we put into like our emergency fund or for the car, etc. Splurge, that just includes Cohen's splurge and my splurge. We don't actually track what each other spends in that. We just get $100 a week. You can spend whatever you want on it. So that's just that. And then investing, we invest for the boys' future and we invest for our future. And then unbudgeted is anything else that it doesn't fall in those categories. All right, so that is the expense categories page. So I hope those 2 pages that made sense of how I fill those out. If not, feel free to send me an email, leave a comment below, and I'll try and help you as best as I can. So stay tuned for the next video. In that video, we are going to be going through how to use this yearly expenses tracker and the yearly income tracker. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.